Hello everyone, this is Rachel, and I just want to say thank you for watching my journey with me and tuning into my channel. So, stats first. I had my gastric sleeve surgery in Tijuana, Mexico on April 4th, 2016. Dr. Jamie Ponce was my doctor, and Weight Loss for Better Life, Trish, was my weight loss coordinator. Everything went completely flawless and smooth. I have not had any complications, minus a little bit of tiredness and fatigue that I was not used to. And also, I do suffer from a little bit of that GERD when I go to sleep at night, so things kind of tend to roll back up. So I am taking 40 milligrams of omeprazole twice a day, morning and night. And I'm hoping I can wean myself off of that eventually. But that has been it, y'all. As long as I take that, I am good to go. So, I'm hoping that I can learn how to add pictures into the video because I know you guys love to see my hiking adventures. And today was a big one. And it was so much fun. And it was beautiful. And I went by myself. Normally I kind of go with my kids or my husband or a family thing. But I've been doing more and more hiking by myself. And I find that it is my sense of clarity and how I recharge my batteries. And I just feel amazing. Being around nature, around running water, energizes me. I can push myself so much harder than if I went to the gym. And eventually I'll get back in a gym and do some lifting again like I did previously. Because I did enjoy lifting weights. But for now, this is good because since I can't consume a ton of calories, when you start lifting weights, you need to add a lot more calories to build that protein in your muscles. So I am staying away from that until I can get more calories in my body and learn my body a little bit better and learn what I need. So for right now, I'm sticking with hiking and biking and walking and doing all that sort of stuff. So I will say that today was a 2.5 mile hike, and it was challenging, but yet I could keep going. The only thing that kind of stopped me was it was getting a little dark, and decided best to get out of the woods when it was getting dark. So one of the things I love too about hiking versus a treadmill is the fact that you are going up rocks, you are going up hills, you are having root systems popping out on the trails, you're constantly watching where you're walking. There's a lot of fallen trees that you have to step over. There is a lot of stone stairs that I have to walk up. It's so it's very task oriented on your body. Your body is using all sorts of muscle groups, and you're strengthening your legs and your ankles and your knees and your back and providing balance. So it is just a great tool for a much more challenging walk than walking on pavement. So that is what I did today, and I'm going to figure out how to add pictures, and if I can't, I'll compile a video of all the cool pictures that I've gathered just to update you on some new pretty things that I know that you guys love to see. So let's get to my stats. I'm kind of blown away at how much I've lost in the month of June, and it's only the 21st. I started June 1st at 288.6, and today is 11 weeks, 1 day, and I'm down to 277.7. That is a total of 10.9 pounds lost, almost 11 pounds in June, and we're not even done yet. Since last week, I lost 2.3 pounds. In total, I'm pretty excited about the total. The total is 45.8 pounds as of 11 weeks. That's awesome, guys. I really think that if I stick to my carb cycling and keep my water intake up and make sure my protein's in, I really think I'm gonna hit 50 by the end of June. I'm going to try. Why not? Push it, right? So I've got a few more, let's see how many more days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more days. So let's see if I can't get that 4 pounds off and start July with a bang, because that would be pretty cool. So let's get to some other topics. As of right now, 0 hair loss. Not even a shred of hair loss yet. It's very possible that it could still happen. I expected it, but I'm also hoping that my mega vitamins that I've been taking for 3 years, my catalyst that I take that helps provide extra protein throughout the day on top of protein shakes, and just really taking care of my body, getting in as much, protein, fruits, vegetables as I can. I'm just gonna see if it kind of helps. I am taking biotin, so let's go over that. I've never really talked about what vitamins I take. Okay, so we're gonna go there. I started off as soon as I got back from surgery, and I started with Celebration vitamins. I bought the multivitamin because it was supposed to be chewable. But unfortunately, they did not send me the chewable. They sent me the pill form. And it was taking 3 a day, but it was 1 per meal is how it was supposed to be done. I did that, I followed it, and I never really felt a difference like I did with my old vitamins. So I was also taking calcium, ginormous chewable calcium pills. I switched those out. And then what else was I taking? I think that was it. And I was also getting vitamins in the Celebration 4-in-1 protein shakes. They had, and I figured since we're probably not absorbing a lot, your stomach is kind of, everything's going right through, I decided to kind of put as much vitamins as I could. So I was getting some multivitamins with, I think there was iron in there, calcium in there, along with multivitamin in there, and just the protein shakes. And then once I was kind of, I think I hit 14 days is when my doctor said start taking your vitamins. So that's when I started taking them. And then at the end of my first month, I was out of everything, and I was like, wasn't really impressed, and they weren't chewable, and I was able to swallow them. So I was like, I just went back to what I had been using for the prior 3 years, and that was Advocare, Coreplex, and that's what I love. I feel 1,000 million times better when I am taking those vitamins. They are so easily absorbable. I can't say that word. They absorb very well. Let's go there. So I start my morning with a probiotic, and I figured I need to get probiotics back in my system since I had a lot of antibiotics, throughout the surgery and whatnot. So I start my day with a probiotic and my calcium from Advocare, and I believe my morning dose is 500 milligrams of calcium. And then 30 minutes later, I'm usually drinking my meal replacement shake that has vitamins, minerals, things like that in it, but it's also 24 grams of pre-digested protein, which is so important, and 24 grams of complex carbs. So that's when I have my carbs for the day. It's for my breakfast. That is when I take my 3 Coreplex vitamins, and I'm not noticing them going through my system. They seem like I feel that pick me up within about 15-20 minutes. So I really notice a difference. Then before lunch, I'm taking another 500 milligrams of calcium, and I take my biotin. And then all throughout the day on an empty stomach, I'm drinking Spark, which has niacin. It has tons of B vitamins. It has vitamin C, and I figured since it's liquid, I can absorb it better. So I'm drinking 2 Sparks a day, and I'm also drinking 2 to 3 Rehydrates a day, which has all my potassium, which has all of my electrolytes. And I think I've spoken to you guys before about I can't get in my gallon of water a day like I used to. And so there's some days I'm only getting in between 50 and 64 ounces of water a day. For my body weight, that's not nearly enough to be fully hydrated and flushed. It may be enough for the doctors to say you're not dehydrated, but now that summer's here, I'm drinking 3 rehydrates a day that has a ton of essential electrolytes in it. I notice a huge difference. My urine is crystal clear versus very, very cloudy and yellow if I don't drink it. And I also notice that when I stay hydrated, my weight doesn't seem like it stalls as much. It just seems like it keeps going. The other thing, I have not yet been constipated, not one time. I have completely normal bowel movements every single day. One of the things I'm noticing on the boards is people are constantly suffering from constipation. Even when they came back from the hospital, from all of, the pain medicines and whatnot, they were constipated. I was not. It's completely normal. So I owe that to probiotics and the Rehydrate, because I was drinking Rehydrate on the airplane home so that I could get some electrolytes in, since I couldn't get food in, and I was also at airports. So I was sipping on that. I did stay away from the Spark because it has a little bit of caffeine in it. Our version of caffeine is a delivery method to get the vitamins to the brain, and I want a little bit of caffeine. Trust me, if I've got rid of everything else in my diet, I want a little bit of caffeine. So, but I didn't want to add any kind of caffeine in my diet until I was a couple weeks out. So that is what I'm using. I feel absolutely incredible. I'm also taking Biotune. I did mention that in one of my first videos. Biotune is what I'm using for inflammation. When I was a little girl, they thought I had rheumatic fever. I did not, but I became a human test dummy. I was constantly in the hospital getting blood drawn. I was having all kinds of labs done every Saturday at the hospital. Friday or Saturday, I don't remember the date, but I was constantly getting needles put in me, and it was a pain. And I have all kinds of joint issues. And I also rode rodeo when I was all through from the time I was 9 till the time I was 18. I did rodeo, so I was pretty hard on my body. But I struggled with an issue with my knees, where I was born where my kneecaps were not centered properly. They were so many degrees off-centered. And so when I walk, I get massive amounts of fluid buildup. And then I also get my knee that is completely rubbed all the cartilage away. So at any given time, it can just slip out and just could be the most excruciating pain ever. I've been using the Biotune for several years now, and it keeps me mobile. And so I noticed today on that bigger hike when I got back, my knee was kind of bothering me a little bit. So I made sure I took omegas. Oh, guys, I forgot. Omega, 3 fatty acids. I take Omegaplex from Advocare as well. I take 4 a day. Two with meals each time. I got to put the good fats in so that you can flush out the bad fats. It's also great for your joints too. So between Biotune and Omegaplex and Rehydrate, those are my key things to keep my issues and being mobile. But I just noticed that it's also helping with the surgery. Swelling went down very quickly. I healed very quickly. My scars are like amazing. Like things just healed very, very, very quickly on me. So that's the power of good nutrition. You guys can use whatever you guys want to use. I'm not pushing what I use on you. I don't care. It's just, this is what I use. This is what's working for me. I had a friend that had a Roux-en-Y done prior a couple years ago, and she was consistently getting her labs done with her doctor that she had it done with here, and she was using the Advocare products, and her numbers were just out of this world amazing. Like, he expected some sort of a decline right after surgery, but she used the products right away, and she just raved and raved and raved. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to switch over from using the Celebrate, because I have no idea what those are. I really don't. They say they're for bariatric, but I don't trust a lot of vitamins. When you look at supplement companies, you see they're constantly getting in trouble for not having what they say that's in there, for having heavy metals in there, for slipping in all kinds of stuff. Our stuff is tested by Informed Choice, which is third party. So what's in it is actually what's in it. And I want to know that if I'm going to buy a product that has 24 grams of protein in it per serving, that it actually really does have 24 grams. And they're not sneaking like the new cellular core that only has about 10 grams or something when they're pushing that it's 40. So a lot of supplement companies, there's no integrity there. So I'm a big stickler for, if I'm going to buy it, I want it to do what it says it's going to do, and I want it to match up with what it says on the label. That's me. I value that. That would be like going to the doctor, getting a prescription filled and finding out that the prescription is a fraud. You just spent how much money your insurance company was billed, and it was a complete fraud. It wasn't what it said it was. I have already wasted enough money on my health from doctors that didn't help me with my health problems. So that is what I'm using. I'm not here to sell anybody anything. Like I said, I do not care what you use. You can go to Rite Aid for all I care and buy the cheapy old vitamins off the shelf. If that's what makes you feel better at night, good for you. But this is what I use. I feel incredible. And I see value in what it's done for me and how I feel. So that is pretty much it in a nutshell. We'll see what happens. So until next time, guys, I will be back next week with another update and see how much closer I get to the 50 pounds. So God bless you guys all and have a great week.